Monday morning, but you know what? We're going to heat things up by getting wild here on Great Days. We head over with Lou and Sam and find out what wild animals are on set.
Here's my newest and bestest buddy right here. Oh, don't worry, don't be afraid, little box turtle. I'm here with Sam Steyerts from the Academy of Wildlife Education, and these are just some of the creatures that you can see at the Merle Hay Mall. Yes, right inside the mall. They have these animals so you can see what they're like up close and personal. And in my hand, Sam, ornate box turtle?
Yep, this is an ornate box turtle. This guy is actually Iowa's only land-dwelling turtle.
Okay.
Most turtles actually are at least semi-aquatic. That's how you can tell them apart from tortoises, aside from their legs.
Now he's moving around now, so he's getting more comfortable. He was freaking out here a little bit earlier. I can understand it. But these are really fascinating creatures because they really are in wooded areas around Iowa, period.
Yep. A lot of these guys are threatened by habitat, like a lot of herps that we have here in Iowa. But box turtles aren't doing too bad. They're a protected species here in the state. You can't just go pick them up and put them in your pocket and take them home with you.
Yeah, you can't just grab these and put them in an aquarium at home, although when I was a kid, that's what we did. We'd find them and then we'd hang on to them and we'd feed them. What do you guys feed these things? Well,
these guys actually can eat a little variety of things. Most of them are omnivores, carnivorous. They eat insects, really.
Yeah, we gave them veggie when I was growing up. I was part of the Herpetological Society back in Chicago. We fed them vegetables like lettuce and things like that, and also smelt, which are fish. Yep. Smelt was very common back home, and they would eat those as well. Not a whole lot, but a little bit.
Yep. This guy actually likes to eat crickets and worms for the most part.
Okay. Worms, I can imagine worms, definitely. Yeah. So again, the ornate box turtle, just one of the creatures, and the only land-dwelling turtle here in the state of Iowa. So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty safe. So we have the box turtle here now. What else do we have?
Well, we have a few other turtles. I've got a couple in my hands here. One is the false map turtle, which you can't really see it too well.
You can see this looks kind of like Altoona right here. There's I-35 and I-80. That's why they call it a map turtle.
Yeah, you'll get lost using this map. Okay. Which is probably why I get lost.
So it is called a map, like a map you read turtle.
False map.
False map. Yep. Okay.
These guys, none of our turtles are very, very big turtles, but this guy can sometimes be confused with this guy of all animals. This is the painted turtle.
Which is very common.
Yep, very common. They get their name because they have this lovely red or orange on their shell, but they have the same sort of pattern on their shell.
With the with the little grid.
Grid, which that's why they call this one a map turtle.
Okay, got it.
Not going to be very
look
big.
At the shells. If you show the shells, they're kind of similar in shell patterns as well. So that's why they would be confused. So this one a little higher back, it looks like, a little higher dorsal area here.
Yeah, this individual is. Yes. But if you look at their faces, the patterns on their face too, they look kind of similar. So you really have to look at their shells for the most part to tell them apart.
Okay, so there we go. Those two guys. We got the map with the painted and then the ornate box turtle. And who's the big tall guy over there on the left?
This is arguably one of the more primitive turtles that we have. This is called a musk turtle.
Musk.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he has an odor to him.
I'm not sure if they actually do or not, but these guys really don't have a lot of pattern going on. Their shell is going to be a very solid color. They're actually the smallest turtle. These guys, for the most part, they need water. So any slow-moving water that they can inhabit, marshes.
Here in Iowa?
Streams. Yeah, here in Iowa.
Okay.
Usually these guys are going to be along the Mississippi.
Okay. I've never seen that turtle before. So a musk turtle.
Yep, musk turtle. They actually they have a different nickname, which I'm not even going to begin to try and pronounce. But
all right, big. Look at the big flippers on this. If you can see that, I'm not sure you can zoom in on here, Craig. Look at how big the flippers are. The webbed feet, so to speak, so he can swim along. So that is very cool.
And that's one of the ways you can tell that this is more of an aquatic turtle versus our terrestrial turtle has
with the claws.
More tortoise-like feet.
Yes, with the big claws here. All right, box turtle, you're cool, don't worry. And then one of the more unusual animals that you're going to find, you don't see these very often. When you do a double take, because this is what?
This is a soft-shell turtle.
And look at his nose. He has like a little pig nose.
Yep, it's kind of a snorkel. These guys, as their name suggests, have a soft shell versus a hard shell like most of our other turtles.
Okay, let me see if you can zoom over here, Craig. Hang on so he doesn't jump anywhere. I'm not going to bend it too much, but it's not super pliable, just enough. It just moves just a little tiny bit. You can see there, just a little bit, hence the name soft shell turtle.
Yep. And these guys, again, very aquatic animals. You can see those beautiful flippers of his. But these guys are going to be a little more prone to predators because they're a little easier to eat versus something like the harder shelled.
Now, where would you find these guys?
Same habitat as the rest of the aquatic turtles, anywhere that's calmer water, not necessarily in the middle of the river where there's lots of flow, but these guys are going to like the marshes, the streams.
It is a neat looking creature. It really
Yeah,
is.
very unique.
Most definitely. All right, so tell everybody where you guys are located, because this is just a tip of the iceberg when it comes to the animals you guys have there.
We are located in the Merle Mall in the Target wing. We are open whenever the mall is open, so you can actually check us out anytime. Even on a cold day like today, you'll see animals like our turtles that are not supposed to be out right now because it's just too darn cold for them. But
now, what is the most popular animal that you guys have there? When people come in there, what's the first one they want to find when they go there?
Well, typically it's the bigger animals, the bears, wolves, cougars. A lot of people get a kick out of watching the bears. They're really fun. You get to see them eat in the morning if you're there right away because we feed them in the enclosure. The wolves are also really fun. They come up and interact with children. For a lot of people, they love to interact, but kind of really up to the person's preference. I mean, I'm a big canine person, so I definitely would gravitate more towards the wolves, but we've got people specifically coming in for cougars or even raccoons too.
And you have a skunk there too?
Yep, we've got a skunk, Flower.
Flower the skunk. So you can see all kinds of animals. Again, Academy of Wildlife Education at Merle Mall, right inside the mall on the Target wing. Stop out and see it, especially on a cold day like today. It'd be a perfect getaway, wouldn't it?
Definitely, yep. 72
Good job,
degrees.
Sam.
So.
Good job. Ron, you got your work cut out for you, my friend. She might be here next week. We don't know.
Don't tell him that.
We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day.